Welcome, everybody, to the Shut Your Mouth Lounge. It's me, Alex, with one Addy. And Pink's here too, but I guess Addy, Pink, you're going to have to be Addy today. You're going to have to be two people at once.
Oh no, sounds challenging.
What's your best Addy impression? Hit me with it.
Oh, what's a good Addy impression?
Oh boy.
Bloody hell.
There we go, bloody hell. Ah, Christ.
Hey.
Hey!
Hey!
He's here for real. Not the shitty Pink copy. Today's episode is episode 121. So, Pink, you got anything going up on your channel this week?
I'm gonna say tentatively yes. I have been editing some stuff. I don't know when I'm gonna actually get it done, but maybe. Maybe.
Alright. Addy, you got anything going up on your channels this week?
Probably not. I still need to get to freaking writing shit.
Ooh, okay. I don't think I'll release anything on my channel this week. I'm getting a slight hankering, but I don't know.
Sometimes I feel like doing shit posts or uploading shit like, I recorded the whole process of me making a combo in MKX. Like, well, not the whole process, but just the steps of it. And it's like, I kind of want to make a tutorial about how to freaking figure out how to do combos, but then I'm not freaking good at the game. Or any game for that matter, so...
Yep, I get the same kind of impulses as well, because, like, sometimes solo LPing doesn't really work for me. But I do absolutely want to do, like, tutorials to help people, come to enjoy games that I enjoy. Like, I'd like to just sit down with one day with editing and, like, figure out how to get good at, editing to make, that kind of content.
I can help with that, in multiple parts, because I've actually, not recently, but I remembered a freaking free editing software that's on par with mine, so...
Mine just got updated, and apparently it did a lot of stuff, so I don't know, I'm gonna have to look into it. It's pretty weird.
That's something we'll need to look at then, but yeah. I can help with that editing stuff, because apparently I'm good at it. I don't freaking know.
But anyways, Pink... Oh, well, excuse me. Addy, do you have the FOS channel up right now?
Yes.
Ah, shit, so do I. Well, what's going up this week, then?
Well, unless I'm reading the freaking dates wrong, which I don't know at this point, but on Monday we should have Quiplash 2 coming up. Which was a fun session.
Yes, it was. The
and then
of Gronk.
Yes, the birth of Gronk. and the reveal of the 100% dabber.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, those or that, and then on Friday we should have Blaze Blue Chrono Phantasma Extend going up. I didn't even number it, even though it's like the third part. Whatever, I don't care.
Yeah, it's kind of just a weird long session thing we got set up there.
It's 3.5 minutes long. The video is.
Oh.
That's the best part.
Was that one of the sessions where delay-based netcode told us to fuck off?
No, I just don't think we said anything particularly funny in it, so I just cut most of it out.
Oh, okay. That is absolutely the part of the problem of playing a fighting game that you don't know terribly well, is that you wind up focusing way more on the gameplay than you would ordinarily.
Yeah.
Alright. So, Pink, what you been up to for the past week, my man?
Let's see. I feel like you're one of the ones who has seen it, but you've seen Community, right?
I have.
Yeah, that's up on Netflix now, so that's all I've been doing in my free time.
Oh shit, I did not know that.
Yeah?
Yeah, we just got Netflix back with the quarantine and everything.
Right.
Nobody's running the freaking free subscription thing over here.
about a week or two ago. Like I don't know when precisely because I don't check up on that stuff. But my dad posted on Facebook a longish time ago that it was up, and I was like, oh hey, wait a second, I have Netflix. Let me watch something.
So, Community. One of the best comedy TV shows for 3 seasons.
Absolutely.
Then the 4th season happens.
And then the 4th season happens. I feel like that's how most shows go.
Yeah, I mean, there's a reason Good Place chose to end with 4.
Yep.
What would you say is the best episode?
Oh, lordy.
Because me, I'm partial to the video game episode. Even though
That's a very good one, yeah.
that one came during one of the bad seasons, though, didn't it?
That was... It would have had to come a bit later.
I love that episode partially because it's just... Fuck, it's got Giancarlo Esposito. Fucking Gus from Breaking Bad. And he's Chevy Chase's brother? Ah, yes, the classic brothers. And very, very, very white Chevy Chase and the black and Hispanic Giancarlo Esposito. Yes, makes sense. Oh man, all of the paintball war episodes were good as well. Or was it Nerf?
Yes.
Did they have a paintball war episode every season?
I believe so.
Oh yeah. Like, just in terms of having the funniest gag in the entire series, the video game episode cracks me up. Cause, like, I don't know about you, but like the joke in all of Community that cracked me up the hardest, that I just was fucking laughing my ass off, was when Annie and Shirley go inside the blacksmith's house. And the Annie, like, makes a mistake and accidentally kills the blacksmith, right?
Right.
And Shirley's like, oh, no, Annie, you can't just kill the blacksmith, that's horrible. And Annie's like, no, Shirley, it's a video game. These people aren't real. It doesn't matter. You can kill as many of them as you want. And Shirley just goes, oh. Then she picks up an axe, and she's like, you hide the body, I'll get the family. And she goes upstairs with it. Like, Shirley's in serious contending. She's a serious contender for my favorite character in the series.
Absolutely.
I mean, all of the classic cast was fantastic. Like, was there anyone they introduced in the main cast that didn't really work?
No.
Like, even in the bad seasons...
I think that was solid all around.
Like, even in the bad seasons when they brought in Keith David was still good.
That shows how much I remember about the later seasons, because I don't even remember Keith David.
Did you see the 6th season?
I probably saw the first couple episodes. That's probably why I don't remember him, because I never actually saw him.
Oh yeah, they didn't introduce him until episode 3.
Womp womp.
Yeah, for season 6, Keith David and Paget Brewster both become main characters.
Ah.
And season 5, the guys they had come in to join the main cast were John Oliver and another guy from Breaking Bad. Fuck, what's his name? Okay, you'll just know him as the old bald dude with a goatee.
Right. Yep, I definitely saw that season. But 6th season, I was probably dropped off the face of the earth.
Yeah. It's weird how that show and Breaking Bad are so closely tied. Like, you know the episode where Troy and Abed get the shitty VCR game?
Yeah.
Where it's Western themed?
Yeah.
You know the host that's hopped up on coke on the VCR thing?
Yeah, what about him?
That's Vince Gilligan, the creator of Breaking Bad.
Ah!
Yeah, I don't know why those shows are so tied. So, how much of the Community have you watched?
I'm making my way through the first season right now. I'm probably 4 episodes in.
I always thought season 1 was weird because they hadn't formed a lot of the characters yet.
Yeah, it's weird because everyone's like very much in the early stages of development, and it's, you know, the show gets pretty crazy later on, but the first season, the first couple episodes, it seems very, very grounded. So it's kind of a weird culture shock there.
Like the only one who didn't change much was Abed. Abed stays the same from beginning to end.
Right.
But like Troy's not a man child yet; he's just a jock. Who's the main guy's name? I want to call him Joel, but that's the actor.
I keep wanting to do the same.
Because it's so close.
Right. Goodness, what is his name? I need to Google it real quick.
But like, he's like pathetic in the later seasons, and it's played up for humor how he considers himself such a cool, tough guy. Because we all see that he's really pathetic and fragile inside. Shirley hadn't picked up her, interesting background.
Right. Jeff, that's the name.
Jeff. Well, the one that was the roughest definitely was, oh shit, what's her name? Blonde girl. Britta. Because Britta, after season 1, is one of my favorite characters. Britta in season 1 is the most painfully generic who cares character.
Right.
She did a 180 during the transition. I'd say all the characters really improved except for Chevy Chase. Like, I get why Chevy Chase left after a bit. They were pretty much just making his character like, oh, I'm a racist. That's all there is to me. I'm just a huge racist.
Right, because any improvement they would make to the character would be retconned mere episodes later.
Yes. And I mean, like, it's very clear Chevy Chase and the writers did not get along. Because those writers were just like, alright, everyone shits on Chevy in this scene. Here's a scene where Chevy gets grievously wounded again. Oh, man. Anyways, so, watching the first season again, you got any particular takes to make on it?
Nothing that hasn't already been said thus far.
Oh, you know what? Season 1 does have another one of my favorite gags. The fucking exchange between Jeff and Troy regarding football.
Oh, yes.
Yes. I won't say it because it doesn't work as a one person saying it gag, but it's fantastic. It's one of my favorites. Alright, you do anything else?
I don't believe I have.
Addy, what you been up to this past week, man? Oh my god, Addy's fucking dead.
Long story short, JoJo.
Ah, okay.
Finished part 5, finished part 6, I'm on part 7 now.
Ah, okay, so you're running through the manga, because they haven't adapted part 6 to anime yet, have they?
No, they haven't. They've announced that they're planning on starting it sometime now, but then coronavirus. So yeah. Yes, I've read the part 6 manga, I've started the part 7 manga. Part 7 has the potential to be my favorite season, or whatever part.
Everybody loves Steel Ball Run. That's one thing I've always heard.
Well, the thing with Steel Ball Run so far is that, well, from what I can tell so far, it's one of those like mid-2000s adventure movies, by which I don't mean freaking Indiana Jones, I mean those freaking shitty like B movies that
Around
there's
the world
like
in 80 days.
Possibly, yes. I don't remember if I saw that one specifically, so I don't know if it fits, but yes. It's like those shitty race movies where they have to freaking race each other in teams to get money.
Yes, I definitely know what you're on about.
And I like those kinds of movies as much as they suck sometimes. So, part 7 starts off with a good note. And I also kind of like, as time goes on, the quality, like, as time goes on in this freaking JoJo series, the quality of everything really goes down. And then towards the end of part 6, it starts going back up, and then part 7 starts at a high again. Really.
Isn't the ending of part 6 like a real mindfuck or something like that?
Not more than part 5. Not more than the entirety of part 5.
Okay, Because
Yeah.
what I always heard was like Poochie wins, and it's like, oh, well, shit happens.
Yeah, so basically, Pucci does win. Pucci goes forward in time so much that he actually goes backwards in time.
I see.
Because that's his power at the end. He goes forward in time, he can go forward really fast. And he just cycles the earth so he can go back in time, basically. But not enough, not back enough to save Dio, though. Even though he's like in love with Dio. But anyway.
He does go back far enough in time to save Dio.
No, not really.
Well, he
Yeah.
may fuck up in the process, but what I know about Steel Ball Run, he does get far enough back that Dio is alive again.
That's just because it's a separate universe.
Yeah.
So technically, yes, but not in the same universe.
Okay.
But yeah, so Pucci does that. One of the secondary characters that wasn't that important, he steals Pucci's old ability because Pucci had 3 stands. By
Yeah.
that point, the guy uses Pucci's old ability to steal someone else's power, and then Pucci dies.
No, not
And-
Poochie.
Yeah,
Poochie
and
then went back to his home planet, died on the way back to his home planet. God,
yeah, and so that's what resets the universe.
I see.
Which that's fine by me. Like to be honest, Jolie is probably the JoJo I've liked the most since Jotaro.
Heh.
Because Jono was alright, but not great. Josuke sucked. In fact, Josuke is the entire reason I'm not even planning on freaking reading part 8. I'm just gonna skip that.
I mean, it is an alternate universe.
It is, but it's still Josuke, and it's also sailing, so it's got 2 bad things.
Oh no, sailing. It couldn't be worse than that.
I actually nearly skipped to Stone Ocean because I thought that it was the sailing part. But yeah. So part 6 was alright. Foo Fighters was probably the best character in the whole part for me.
Foo Fighters?
Yes.
Now, how did they translate that? Pooh Fighters?
I don't even know. Let me look that up, because literally both the stand and the person is called Foo Fighters.
Heh. So, Pink, here's a little thing that you may have noticed anytime we have to talk about JoJo. That author, Araki, loves Western music. So everything is named like, oh, it's Foo Fighters. Oh, it's AC/DC.
Right.
Yeah, like the villains of part 2 are named what? AC/DC, Wham, and what's the third Aztec vampire god named?
There's AC/DC, Wham, Santana, and Cards.
Right, and all 4 of those are Aztec vampire gods.
I love it.
Yeah.
Honestly, I can't seem to find the localized name for her, so she might just be called FF. Because they do call her FF in the original manga too.
Yeah, that's probably the easiest way to go about it.
Yeah. So yeah, she was probably the freaking best character for me in the whole series because she starts out as a freaking mindless, like she's a freaking plankton is the thing. She's a plankton organism that's also a stand somehow, but is
Okay.
not. She starts out as an evil person. Jolie literally just beats her into being a good person.
Ah, the Naruto method.
Yeah, well, no, Naruto would speak people into being good people.
Oh no.
Jolene beats her into being a good person, so...
The Goku
like-
way.
Yes, the Goku way. So yeah, that... And then... They actually make a deal about her starting to fit in with people. And then... they like basically despite being a plankton organism that just looks like a human, she's the most human character out of all of the freaking cast. Character wise.
That's how it is sometimes.
But yeah, so she was cool. I didn't really like any of the newsstands, to be fair. Like Jolene's was interesting because it allowed her to actually attack stands with her own body and stuff like that. So it kind of went back to Hamon, but not really. But then yeah.
I have a question, just real quick. Don't they go back to Hamon in parts 7 and 8?
Yes and no.
Okay.
We'll get to that in a bit. So yeah. But the thing with her stand is that it's just strings, and it's like they never really specify how strong of a string it is, so it just looks like it's freaking like the shit that you would stitch your clothes with.
Yeah.
But yeah, overall, like they had some pretty good setups and stuff like that. What else was I? Oh right, there was a good imaginative stand. That was Kiss.
What's that do?
Kiss is a sticker with a freaking Kiss print on it. That if you apply it to something, you can make it into a duplicate, and then if you take the sticker off, then it like explodes into itself.
Okay.
So yeah, that was interesting. On to part 7. Part 7 replaces Hamon with Spin. So
What?
instead of Hamon magical like sunlight kung fu, it's instead Spin. I haven't actually reached the part where they explain how Spin works, but from what I can tell, it just applies freaking centrifugal force to something magically.
So they're playing that game that everybody makes fun of, the fucking game about spinning the tops.
Beyblade?
Yeah.
Yes, but with any object that you can imagine.
Okay, fair enough. Extreme Beyblade.
Yeah. There's also there's some interesting things that stayed the same and things that changed between the parts. Like Evdo comes back. He dies immediately, but he comes back.
Oh, for fuck's sakes.
Yeah. He's the first one who dies.
Nah. It's just his job in life, I guess.
I guess so, but yeah, so there he is. Dio comes back as a normal person.
And not a
For a
crazy Aztec vampire this time.
Not yet, no. But from what I could gather, he does become a crazy Aztec vampire later on, so...
Ha!
That or they summon real Dio. I don't know. Also, Dio's name got changed from just Dio to being Diego.
Makes sense.
So, yeah.
Well, don't they try and hide the fact that it's Dio at first?
No.
Oh.
Literally the freaking thing he's, the first, whatchamacallit, I guess scene? What do they call it in comics?
Panel.
Alright, the first panel you see him, they call him Diego Dio Brando.
Alright, well, no twist there, fuck.
Nope. Not at all.
Well, I guess
even
the
his
twist
head even his head says Dio in large gold letters.
I guess the twist there is more so just that, he's not a shitter. So...
He kind of still is, but not as much. He's not part 1 Dio, or any of the other Dios, really.
Okay.
But yeah, the new protagonist, Johnny Joestar, he exists. He hasn't had much time to actually get the character yet, aside from being paralyzed from the waist down.
Alright.
Which I think they're gonna use Spin to make him actually be able to walk. The person who got the most characterization so far is freaking Gyro Zeppeli, whose real name, by the way, is Julius Caesar Zeppeli, because we needed more Caesar.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm so far what I've read in part 7 I like. It's like um it really is just one of those like race movies set in a western setting, more or less.
All right.
Aside from that, I played Shyness, the Lightning Kingdom, a bit of it anyway.
Never heard of it.
It is an indie JRPG, an indie action JRPG.
I see.
Also furries, but
Oh no. Oh, is
I
this
mean,
the one you showed me earlier?
it could be. But yeah, from what I could tell so far, it's been less furries as in actual furries and more furries as in Disney's Robin Hood before it got tainted.
Ooh, okay.
But like that hasn't.
People
Yeah.
just happen to be animals, but they aren't banging.
Yeah, it's not. It's not a freaking. It's not a leopard lady in lingerie with large boobs. It's just people are freaking rats and shit.
Okay, I see.
But yeah, the fighting mechanic in that game is really freaking weird because it's pretty jank because well, indie game.
Yeah.
But there is a sort of rhythm to it because like I don't know how to freaking describe it. It's like if it plays like an arena fighter if an arena fighter had multiple controls
Okay.
and also had all of the freaking recovery in the world.
Ha.
But then both you, like you have a lot of recovery. If you whoever gets hit also has a lot of hit stun, so it kind of works out in the end. And there are combos, there are things that you can do. So it seems fun so far. You can also change out your fighting style if you learn them from enemies dropping them and stuff like that. So it seems like an interesting indie game. Like it won't take over Final Fantasy VII
No.
or anything, but it is proposing interesting ideas, and it is trying to do them to its best ability. So I can at least respect that.
Yeah. Oh man, have you guys heard about what's going on with Final Fantasy VII?
Well, one of the guys I follow on Twitter did make a big deal about spoilers and then refunded his game, so possibly.
Okay, so you guys both know the basic plot of Final Fantasy VII, right?
Yeah, more or less. Think?
Maybe? I don't know. It's Final Fantasy. I don't pay any attention to that.
Sephiroth stabs Aerith with a large sword. That's the
Yes,
plot.
I've seen that image.
And then Cloud stabs at Sephiroth with a big sword. And it also turns out Cloud's not real. Like Cloud's personality is not really Cloud. He's kind of crazy, and he's become obsessive with imitating an old friend he had that died.
Mm.
Anyways, good guys win, bad guys lose, yada yada yada. Well, in the remake, so it ends on apparently it's only like the original game up until you get to like the midpoint. And then it's surprise, so it turns out Sephiroth was able to, this is an alternate dimension, Sephiroth saw into the original dimension where he lost. So now he's fucking with a time stream. Zack is now alive again. Presumably Aerith is never going to die. And now the entire plot has changed because now it's fucking time travel bullshit.
Honestly, like, I kind of like the idea of this, not Aerith not dying, because I feel like that's a big part of Sephiroth being an ass. But the other parts I kind of like because in JoJo or in games or anything, like, my favorite parts are always when the boss it tries to be so strong that he can even bend the game or the show or stuff like that. Because with JoJo, when you know that the freaking plot is starting to catch up when in the intro the boss is freaking messing shit up.
Yeah.
Like I think Dio just straight up stops the intro and then it cuts to the freaking show. Some shit like that.
Ah. Like,
But yeah.
The thing that gets me here is it was advertised as Final Fantasy VII remake. But no, it's secretly a Final Fantasy VII kind of sequel or reimagining. And they're going to use this to make more sequels, by the way, because despite how long Final Fantasy has been going, they've still really not escaped the legacy of Final Fantasy VII.
Well, yeah, I think they're trying to go down the Conquer, what was it? Something other than Reloaded? Live and Reloaded, I think. Yeah, they're trying to go down that route, but then the thing with Conquer is that it always broke freaking fourth wall, so Conquer just going, no, that won't work, you idiot. This is not the original game. That doesn't really work with Cloud Strife.
No. I mean, they have such a hard time escaping the legacy of Final Fantasy VII that Final Fantasy VII came out 20 years ago. Pink, what Final Fantasy character is featured in Smash Brothers?
Cloud.
Yeah. Apparently no one's come out since in the 20 years since.
Well, we all know it should be Leon.
Oh, yeah. Well,
why was that his name? I forget.
Why not fucking Lightning? Or Tidus?
I can get behind Tidus.
Well, I mean, we all know what Tidus' taunt would be.
but it does damage.
Yes. For every laugh he makes, everyone on screen takes damage.
Yeah.
So, here's the thing that really cracks me up, though. The director of the game is Tetsuya Nomura, who is the only remaining guy out of the original crew for Final Fantasy VII. He was not the writer or the director for Final Fantasy VII. He was just the character designer. But they want him to be the director here because it's Tetsuya fucking Nomura. He's one of the Final Fantasy OGs. And Tetsuya Nomura said, I've already done Final Fantasy VII. I don't want to do it again. Give me a new project to work on. And he's been saying that for like a decade now. And
if only they would have listened to him.
Yeah. And so they finally got him to direct Final Fantasy VII. And he's like, fuck you, I'm not. Surprise, it's different. New game, fuck you guys. Which, honestly, I think is fucking hilarious. Oh, Christ. Anyways, back to JoJo.
I think we moved past that by now. What else did I do? Well, put in a shit ton of time with Mortal Kombat for the other podcast.
Yeah. The one that Pink isn't there for because he's a plebeian.
And what else did I do? I think that's it, actually.
Alright. So, let's see. What did I do this week? Not a whole lot, actually. So, I've mostly this week been, well, I finally looked up, like, I've had Warhammer 40,000 miniatures for a fucking century, right? I've never actually played it. So, about a week ago, I finally looked up the rules, figured it out, and played it a couple times with my family. So here's the thing. I always heard Space Marines were strong. Yeah, that it was undercutting it right there.
Yeah.
Boy, Games Workshop knows Space Marines are their most popular product, and so they are just fucking silly. Like, ordinarily, like, you go up against orcs, right? And the orcs, whenever you shoot at somebody, you gotta pass, like, 3 separate dice rolls. The first to make sure that your guy is accurate enough with his gun. Space Marines are ultra accurate with their guns. Orcs can't aim for shit. But that's fine, because orcs are basically gorillas. And Space Marines are, highly trained killers. So, that's fine. And then there's a toughness roll to see how tough the guy is. And Space Marines and Orcs are actually just about equal, despite the fact that Space Marines are like genetically fucking manufactured masterpieces, the peak of humanity. A regular ass Orc is about as tough as a Space Marine. Go figure. But then, after all of that, The orc is like, alright, well, your last chance is roll this 6-sided die. You have to get a perfect 6 or else the orc is dead. Right? It is a 1 in 6 chance of your orc surviving. That's pretty rough, ain't it?
A little bit.
Space Marines, you want to guess how it is for them? You have to roll.
How is that?
You have to roll a 3 or higher. You have a 2/3 chance of surviving. So, that die does not come up 1 or 2 as nearly as often as you would expect. And they get a whole heap and load of other shit they can do. So yeah, whoever plays Space Marines...
Congratulations, you win.
Yeah. Well, we started playing 3-player the other night. And let me tell you, you very quickly figure out, alright, everyone gang up on the fucking Space Marines. And after the Space Marines are dead, that's when we'll play the real game. Oh, man. Other than that, haven't been doing a whole lot. Now, you know what? I'll go ahead and say that's the end of it, because I didn't even put a second of time into Dark Souls 3 this week. So, yeah, no progress there. Whoop-de-doo. I'll get back to it and finish it, hopefully, sometime this week. And that'd be it for this podcast. Why does my PC sound like it's dying? I need to...
It's an excellent question.
It's working abnormally hard for recording software. Alright. So, Addy, say bye. Alright, well, I think Addy's figured out that we're at 36 minutes, and he's going to pad it out to a full hour here. So, to wait until Addy says bye, Pink, what's your views on turtles?
I like turtles. Why do you ask?
Are they true killers of men?
Potentially.
And sharks?
And sharks.
They can't be stopped.
No. They're the Space Marines of the sea.
Yeah. They're about as tough as the toughest creatures, and they get a much better armor save. Every time you hit a turtle, God rolls a die. And he's like, nope. Not.
Hey, chat, how long do you think it will take for them to figure out I've already said bye?
Shit. I like how Addy now has a button he can turn on for bad audio quality.
Yeah.
Look, that audio quality is too good. Let's bring it down a little bit. Alright, folks. We'll see you later.